Hello, I'm Vara,
And I'm Roxy.
and you're listening to VCR. Hey, Roxy, how you doing?
Hey, Vara, what's going on?
Not much. You have a fun weekend so far?
It's been pretty all right.
Pretty all right.
Pretty
Mine
all
has
right.
been pretty all right too. Nothing too terribly exciting.
Yeah.
We went out to another fun uh food pairing situation that was absolutely delightful. We had a great time pairing tequila drinks and food, and it was like so much fun. Roxy just rediscovers that she is not a Pascal kind of person, you know?
I knew it. I was like, ooh, I'm not gonna like this mezcal drink, and I didn't.
No, she did not. But
I
that
was like, it's
last
not bad if it had a different tequila in it. I'm just not a mezcal girl. I try every time. Ugh, okay.
that last one at the end with a chocolate spoon was just
Delicious.
magnificent, though. That one was great. I love that one.
Hmm.
And the churro cheesecake with the cajete sauce was
Hmm.
amazing. Oh,
It was
so
really
so good. So, but that's not what we're here to talk about.
good.
We're actually going to talk about like kind of childhoodish cartoons that would probably cause trauma nowadays and may explain where some of your trauma came from. So today we're looking at trippy like childhood cartoons or kids shows from back in the day that by today's standard would just be considered an acid trip basically.
Mhm.
So we're going to jump into a couple of lists here. Roxy, let me do what I do and share screen with you. Yeah. And so we are jumping into it with the weirdest kid shows on TV ever. And this was written by a guy named the fabulous Thomas J. And this may be a little out of date because this was written about 9 years ago
Hmm.
and it was updated only 6 years ago. So it's so fresh.
It's not so
Uh, but it seems interesting here, so we're gonna jump into that. Number one,
I
right off,
knew it.
yeah, number one, I'm gonna say right off the bat, I would never have regarded this as a kid's show. This was definitely an adult show.
Yeah, I had no business watching this
Yeah, none of us had any
like
kind of
eight,
business
nine
watching
year
this.
old, like on Nickelodeon.
Hmm. This is Ren and Stimpy, the Ren and Stimpy show. So it's definitely not something kids should ever have watched, in
No,
my
this is
opinion.
definitely not a kid's cartoon. This was
No.
definitely an adult cartoon. Like should have been on some kind of adult channel,
Hmm.
not on Nickelodeon.
Now, here's the interesting thing. There was one guy who voiced both Ren and Stimpy. He is also the same guy who voices Fry in Futurama
Huh,
and Doug Funny on that
on
cartoon
Doug.
on Doug. He is the same voice for all of
Huh.
those. So just to kind of let you know, but definitely this is not a kids show at all. It was a good show, don't get me wrong, but it was definitely not something kids should
Oh
have.
my God.
Teenagers and up.
Powdered Toast Man.
Oh my God. Powder Toast Man was a trip. His butt was always deflating. And then the stupid commercials that they would the fake commercials like get ready to
Log.
jump log. Yes, that's what I was gonna about to do. It was like get ready to jump up and down like idiots, kids, because it's log. And it was like promoting a log as a toy, and I was like, please stop. But
Oh
it
my
was
God.
it's great. I imagine it was every stoner's dream to watch this.
You know what? I should probably give this another watch as an adult
Hmm.
and see what's going on.
It
I
was
think I watched it like in my 20s. I tried to watch an episode and I was like, "Oh my God, why was I watching this?"
No, seriously, it was terrible. And the thing is, okay, so Ren and Stimpy was also the inspiration for one of my pets' names many years ago. I had a Chihuahua that had a deformity, and his tongue would stick out. So his name was Stimpy. He would just hang there. So his name was Stimpy, my little baby. But anyway, Teletubbies is probably I'm gonna go with That is just a strange show. Not that I ever really watched it. I have no business watching it, but like when it was on when my nephews were kids, I was like, what the fuck is this? I get it. They're primary colors. They're visually interesting for kids, but that shit was weird.
It
Like,
was weird, but I
why
liked the Teletubby.
why is the baby a son? And I'm like, why? It's like it
Because
makes
he wakes up early and wakes up the Teletubbies.
I guess. So this went from 1997 to 2001.
Mm.
So that was kind of a trip. I'm surprised it lasted that long. It was a strange, strange show. Hold on.
It was literally for babies.
Yeah, so that went for about 4 to 5 years right there. But yeah, I guess it was for babies. It was a trip. It was a total fucking trip. No one should really be watching that, I think. This one I remember from my childhood, and this was definitely a acid trip. HR Puffin stuff.
I don't know this one.
I know you don't. I do. HR Puffin stuff is a famous kids show that was created by the Crofts, Sid and Marty, and they were brothers who created a bunch of really weird shows like this. But HR Puffin stuff was about this kid who ends up getting washed up on this what's called living island. And this thing here is a dragon, even though it does not look like a dragon, but it's Mayor Dragon type of thing, and his name is, HR Puffin stuff. And basically what happens is this kid has a magic flute. They wash up on this island, and there's a evil person there called Witchy Poo, who is a witch, and she's constantly trying to capture the boy so she can steal the flute and increase her powers type of thing. It was literally a an acid trip. Living Island, everything was alive. Houses were alive, everything was alive. So it wasn't something that was it was just a trip. That's all I can say.
I know
Lids
nothing about that show.
yeah, Lidsville. I don't know this at all. Roxy, is this something that you
No, I know nothing about this one.
Lidsville is 1971 to 1973. Oh my God, now that okay, I know what this is. So this was a really weird one. This is also Sid and Marty Croft, where it's about this magician's hat, right? And somehow this boy ends up in the hat where it's this whole other dimension and whole other world. Um, and the reason it's called Lidsville is because, haha, lid of your hat. But it had
Mhm,
all these
mhm.
weird characters in there. And again, this just reaffirms that Sid and Marty were probably doing a lot of drugs at the time. Uh, but yeah, this is
They were
Lidsville,
definitely on some
basically.
shrooms or
They were
something.
definitely doing something. Because that was kind of a trip. But Sid and Marty, another one. Sigmund and the Sea Monsters is also a Sid and Marty. These I remember. But basically, this one, it's about a. Hang on, let me click on it. It doesn't want to open for some reason. But okay, what's happening is this is about a sea monster who's run away from his home and because he doesn't want to scare people or
Oh,
things like that. So it has a nice little touch to it, but like his fam
ah,
yeah,
the hell?
this is his family. This is the sea monster's family, and they're very mean to him because he's more of a gentle kind of person. So they're very much mean to him, and this is why he runs away type of situation. So it has an interesting message, but again, a lot of drugs, a lot of drugs happening back then is all I can say. That's probably the best way I could explain this. Like this isn't like normal. This is like definitely drug induced.
I
Yeah,
would say.
huh?
I would say.
Yeah, definitely. So that went from 93 to 97, I mean 73 to 75. So that only lasted a couple of years. Then we have The Banana Splits Adventure Hour.
Again, I know nothing.
Yeah, I don't know this one either. This is 1968 through 1970. Let's see what kind of this is not. Oh God, it's the Croft puppets, but th they just do nothing but weird stuff, I guess. Um, so it's like same
They look
theme.
terrifying.
Guys in costumes, actors in costumes running around doing, I'm sure, like some type of weird moral lesson type of thing. It says the banana splits, but I don't see any bananas in here.
I was thinking of the bananas and pajamas.
Yeah,
That's
oh,
what I was
bananas and pajamas
picturing.
may have made more sense than this. Let's see what other interesting adventures. God dang it. Also Sid and Marty Croft. This These guys, I swear to God, 1970, 1972, the Boogaloos. Please don't be anything too trippy. Oh, this are people. They're people. Wow.
Actual people.
They're not scary looking things.
Well,
Well, I spoke too soon. I'm sorry. If you see
okay.
this, if you're watching along, you'll see how horribly wrong I am. Uh, okay, so the people are insects. So four musical insect-like British fairies live happily in their enchanted forest while avoiding the schemes of the jealous Benita Bazaar.
Vanilla Bizarre.
I'm assuming this is Benita Bazaar.
Maybe.
Yeah, so yeah, that's a thing. That apparently is a thing.
Alrighty.
Let's see. So the Crofts are like just kings of this. They should be their own episode here. Oh my God, something that's actually not by the Croft brothers. Are You Afraid of the Dark? That
I remember
title,
this. I loved the
you
show.
saw that? I never saw this. So what is this
Mhm.
about?
So it's basically like, do you remember R.L. Stein,
Hmm.
the author? So
Hmm.
it's basically little mini episodes of one of those books.
Okay, so
It's
it's
kind of
kind of
like
like,
it's kind of like ghost stories, but kids.
so it was kind of like Goosebumps then,
Like Crypt, Tales of the Crypt,
but for kids.
but for kids.
Okay, so let me see. Is it by R.L. Stein? Let me take a look here. No, it doesn't say anything about R.L. Stein. So this is a little
Mm-mm.
different. So, but I see it's kind of similar to what you would say like Goosebumps, where it's like,
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
yeah,
It was just like Goosebumps.
yeah. Okay, very cool, very cool. I did not know that this was a thing. This lasted for a good long time, from
Hmm.
1990 to 2000.
This was
Wow.
one of my favorite shows. Oh my God, I used to watch the shit out of this show. Never missed an episode.
I was too old for this. 91 episodes on that one. Pretty good for them.
Wow.
Fireball
Don't know.
XL5, 1962 to 1963.
Does that say Sesame Street? I'm sorry, I jumped ahead. Does that say Sesame Street?
Yes, it does. We'll get into that in a moment. Stay on track. Stay on track. Number nine, Fireball XL5. I remember this. This was a puppeted uh, kind of space patrol, save the Earth kind of thing. And it was just if I click on it, you can tell it's just really bad
Oh yeah, that's
puppetry.
weird.
But again,
Like
it's
claymation puppetry.
no hardcore. You can see the strings. It's actually
Oh my
marionette
God.
puppets. Yeah, that's what that is. Is you can see they're totally
It's
freaky
creepy.
looking. It is creepy. This is the shit I used to watch growing up.
Oh gosh.
In 2062, Colonel Steve Zodiac of the World Space Patrol and the crew of his spaceship Fireball XL5 explore Sector 25 of the galaxy, encountering friendly and hostile aliens along the way. So yeah, this is the drug-induced stuff I grew up with. Sesame Street. I refuse to believe Sesame Street is a weird show.
Yeah, I'm not with this
Nope,
one.
not buying that. So
Mm-mm.
no, sorry, you're wrong. Number 10, you're wrong.
Yeah, that doesn't belong on the list.
Moving forward, Sesame Street is a national treasure. Just like Mr. Rogers is a national treasure.
Yes.
Gravity Falls,
Never heard of this shit.
2012, 2016. I want to say I've heard of it. I don't think I've ever seen it.
Never heard of
Two
it.
two siblings, Dipper and Mabel Pints, spend the summer at their great uncle's tourist trap. What? In the That's weird. Let me click on this. What
Oh
the
my
hell is
God.
this?
Oh, I do know this cartoon. I never watched it, but I know that I've seen this. Yeah.
You've seen this? Okay.
I recognize the kids. I've never actually watched an episode of this, but
Mhm.
I've seen references to this.
Okay, this is Disney. Weird. This is a Disney thing. That's so
Funny.
strange. 40 episodes apparently.
Hmm.
Okay, so moving along. Land of the Lost. This is also Sid and Marty Krofft, and this is a really weird one. They even
Now,
did a movie version of this.
they actually remade this, I think, like in the early 90s.
Yes, but they also did a movie version later on with
Hmm.
Will Ferrell
Yeah,
that
yeah, 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 yeah.
didn't really go anywhere.
I
This,
used to watch the 90s version of this.
yeah, and this is a really trippy type of situation. So it's about this family who they're on an expedition. The dad is like a forester, a forest ranger, and he has these two kids. And they're on a canoe thing and they go over this waterfall. Now
Hmm.
something happens when they go over the waterfall. They end up in this weird dimension with these alien-like beings in a world of dinosaurs. Now, this has it's a cult following because the storyline gets really weird and some of the explanations out there is really weird. When they were summing up the show, um the dad is able to communicate with one of the alien people, right? Who's kind of like this leader situation. And the leader shows him when they fall over the falls
Hmm.
and explains something went horribly wrong where you ended up in this dimension. But the truth is, and this was the bizarre thing about it, it was said that they did not survive
That's I was like,
the
they died in
fall.
that one universe and they woke
Yeah,
up in this other one.
exactly. But it wasn't supposed to happen that way. But that's what happens is that they end up in this other they died in the real world and ended up in a different dimension. But here's the weird thing. I think they continued some kind of storyline where an uncle finds them, is in the same dimension as they are,
Hmm.
allegedly. I guess maybe he died too, but like he's not able to bring them back type of situation. It gets really weird, and there is no real clarity as to what the hell ever happens. Sid and Marty Krofft have never really explained, hey, this is the way the way I think about it type of thing. And they're the
Right.
creators of this. So it's kind of a tripped out situation. It really is. So a lot of people are fascinated with this one. But this is 1974 through 1977, and they've rebooted this one a couple times because the storyline is so fascinating. I think it's also because there's no real answer to it that people are kind of like fascinated with it. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Now let's go on to number 13.
I was wondering if this was going to be on here.
I know you are, but what am I?
I used to love this show.
Pee-wee's Playhouse,
I
1980.
loved the show when I was a kid. Oh, I loved it.
1986 to 1991, Pee-wee's Playhouse is,
Rosie the Recliner.
yes, Rosie Recliner, Cherry.
Yeah, Cherry.
And then you had so many interesting characters in that.
Yes.
Chicky Baby and the Muppet Band, or the Puppet Band, those were kind of cool. But you know, this was created by creators are Paul Rubin and you had another great creator on this, Phil Hartman, who was a famous Saturday Night Live actor and just a famous actor in general, created Pee-wee's Playhouse. Um, this blew up beyond anyone's imagination. It
Hmm.
was unique, it was weird, it was trippy, and it just made it. And it made it so much that they turned it into movies, like Pee-wee's Big Adventure, and I think there was another one, and then they did a third installment with Pee-wee Herman and Sofia Vergara's husband. I forget his name. The really built one. He was in Magic Mike. I forget his name.
Max something.
Whatever. So anyway, Pee-wee's Playhouse really was a huge inspiration for a lot of kids and all this other stuff, but it's a trip. But I will admit, it is a trip. It's not a normal type of kids show, but it is a trip.
I
The
loved it.
secret reward of the day, boys and girls, that kind of thing.
Loved it.
Something called New Zoo Review.
No clue.
Yeah, I don't know it either. Yo Gabba Gabba, which I've heard
Heard
of.
of it, never watched it. I was too
Yep,
old.
exactly. Uh, 16. The fuck you
I
say?
have no idea. No clue.
Buhabash? Buhabash?
There's no S. Buhaba.
But A-H together is Hash.
Ah,
Buhaba.
Buhaba.
I'm moving on. All right, Zoom. Number 17 is Zoom. Number 18, Space Angel. That sounds creepy in many ways and makes me want to click on it. So I'm going to click on it. Clicking. 1962 to it didn't have a end date. Is this thing still going or is this like
If I know.
it just did the one stupid thing and like it ended?
Yeah.
But it says 1962 to dash, like it doesn't
And
say.
it's still going, I guess.
Space Angel, a secret agent for the EBI, Earth Bureau of Investigation, on board the spaceship Stardust, fighting hard to protect the solar system. I have no idea what this is. This is nothing that I've ever seen before.
Mm-mm.
It might be worth investigating at some point. I might check that out one, just kind of on my own, see what that's about. Shazam, the original Shazam was a kids series,
That's the one.
1974 through 1977.
That the one with Sinbad?
No, no, this is not the one with some.
I
It
know,
took
I'm
it took
kidding.
me a minute to think about that. No, this is the original. It was a trip. It was very much a trip back in the day. That was Shazam right there. The kid with the really great perm. That was him.
Mhm. Glorious hair.
Yeah, back then you had to have glorious, great hair. Even that old man had good, slicked back
Yeah, he
hair.
did.
So it's kind of a trip. It's what can you say? That's what it was, Shazam.
Hmm.
And yes, this is the comic book, like the Marvel comic Shazam. This is where this comes from. Oh no, DC. I'm sorry. This is DC. But this is no. I'm gonna look that up. No, Shazam is DC. I'm very sorry. So this is all based on that. Took me a moment to figure
Yeah,
that
don't
out.
have the Marvel people come for us.
Yeah, I was like. So we're gonna round it off to number 20, which is going to be the secret of ISIS.
Go 21, Speed Racer.
21, Speed Race, go,
At
Speed
least we know this
Racer,
one.
go, Speed Racer, go. In the powerful Mach 5. It was always some horrible race that they had to win because if not,
Hmm.
something terrible would happen.
Always.
Yeah, so that's the whole plot right there. That's literally the plot. He was always late to a race because someone was always trying to stop him. But yeah, that's your plot. Now, let's say you out there, our listener land, have a fun, exciting, weird, trippy cartoon you want to share with us. Please do to the VCR show at gmail.com or check out our social medias. Or, no, yeah. And also check out our website at thevcrshow.com. I'm having a senior moment. And if you want to talk about weird, trippy stuff with Roxy, you can do so at her social medias, which are.
On Facebook at Roxy Perez Curvy Model, on Instagram at PopRox428, and on TikTok at the PopRox. And PopRox is spelled POPROXX.
And as always, I'm Vara.
And I'm Roxy.
And you've been listening to VCR.
Later.
Bye-bye. You have been listening to VCR, creative content by Richard Christopher Vara and Roxy Perez. Logo by Richard Christopher Vara with assistance from Annie Ramirez. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, you can reach us at thevcrshow@gmail.com or our social medias at Instagram and Twitter at The VCR Show. And you can also check out our content at thevcrshow.com. The show's song is Addict by Nefex, instrumental, and you can find them on YouTube Music Library.